Vanessa!
Vanessa, it's the police!
Police department, Vanessa! Are you okay? Vanessa! Nothing, no pulse. No pulse!
These cops just realized that XXXTentacion was shot dead, and his killers would leave so many clues to their horrid act that they'd eventually be caught and sentenced to life in prison.
And one day, they'll come and open up that cell in the morning and you'll have passed on. And only on that day will you have served your sentence.
On June 18th, 2018, officers were called by bystanders claiming that they witnessed an armed robbery involving XXXTentacion, who was shot 3 times.
We don't need rescue. Don't have a molested crime scene.
Any pulse?
I'm just having you over to have rescue stand by.
No pulse.
Nothing,
no pulse.
No
pulse.
The officers couldn't feel X's pulse, and while medics briefly revived his pulse, it never regained, and he was confirmed to have bled to death. So the officers began investigating the homicide, and while waiting for video surveillance of the property, which would show exactly what led up to X's death, they spoke to the people who saw everything that happened, including X's uncle, who was in the car during the shocking incident.
They were coming from that side.
Okay.
And as he, right where you see pull, he stopped just to look. And as he stopped,
Did they pull in front of the car? Did
they pull right at the side there. Don't move, man. Don't move. And he was like, what's up, man? And they bail out and just, give me chain. Take off your chain. Your chain. And they're digging in the car. And when we realized now, I see the gun them.
Did they touch the car?
Yeah?
Did they touch the car? Did they have gloves on? Did they have no gloves on?
I don't know if they have on gloves.
Okay.
They have on
hoods?
Yeah.
Did they cover their face?
One cover the face.
Okay.
The shortest one cover his face.
Okay.
And there's a tall, dark one.
Who is he to you, Dwayne?
It's my sister-in-law's son.
Okay. All right. So, do you know if he has any issues with anybody?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, because he's a rapper.
Yeah.
You know. Right. But that guy over there, you see that guy down there that they have, the police lady up down there?
Yeah.
When he came out, he said to him that, gave me, X, can you get a picture, man? And he was like, no, man, I'm cool.
Right.
And he smiled. And he keep looking. He smiled.
X's uncle was shaken up and had possible suspects responsible for the incident, but there was another witness who would unknowingly give police a very key piece of information in this incident.
Did the public know that he was going to be here, or?
I had no idea he was here. We just got out of the gym and we went to go see motorcycles. And obviously someone was following him because right as he was about to pull out something, the car just stopped right in front of him. They jumped out and they put him to gunpoint. I've never seen anything like this.
Okay, so.
They pulled out from this way.
So they were coming this way.
Yes, and then.
So he pulling out?
He was pulling out. I think he was about to make a right.
Okay.
And they stopped him. They went right in front of him, parked his car, and then they hopped out, put him to gunpoint. He wouldn't open his door. They shot him. I guess I heard 3 gunshots. There's obviously a gun.
Right. Where were you when you saw it?
In the parking lot.
You were in the parking lot?
And then
Where, on that side or?
where that van was.
Okay. And then.
The car was it.
So did you know it was him when he was pulling out?
Well, yeah, he's a celebrity, so we saw him walk out. We said hi to him. He said hi. He jumped in his car. He left, and then I saw that car pull up, and then I heard gunshots. So me and my friend ran back to the entrance, and then they left. And we ran back to see if he was okay.
Mm-hmm. Did you see who shot him?
No,
two.
they
You
were
said
wearing
2 guys.
masks, yes.
Did they jump out of the front or the back?
I'm not sure. I couldn't
Okay.
see, but I'm guessing the front.
Okay.
I don't know.
And then they were wearing masks.
Yeah,
What about clothing? Hair?
It was
Anything?
black. I think they were also African American.
Okay.
But they were fully covered.
Fully
Obviously,
covered.
This was planned.
And black clothes.
Yes.
Okay.
The witness was right. This incident was planned, but one constant detail was that no one seemed to see the faces of the killers. However, the officers would eventually discover that X saw his killer's face several minutes before they killed him and had no idea what would befall him. Hours before the shooting, X and his uncle stopped at a bank to withdraw $50,000, which he apparently needed to buy a motorbike. He chatted with the bank teller and was all smiles before eventually getting the money and leaving the bank with his uncle. But they didn't leave the bank alone, as a dark-colored Dodge Journey SUV followed behind behind them, with 4 men inside with very evil intentions. X and his uncle then drove into a motorbike shop and started to check out the bikes, only to be followed a few minutes later by the same Dodge SUV following them from the bank. Two 22-year-olds, later identified as Dedrick Williams and Robert Allen, exited the Dodge and walked into the store, where they immediately locked eyes with X before walking off. X looked at them as they walked off to the back of the shop, unaware that he was in grave danger. Interestingly, both men approached a staff member and requested to buy 2 dark face masks, which didn't seem too odd, but would be used minutes later to commit murder. Both men walked past X one more time before exiting the store and driving off in the Dodge, lying in wait for X. Minutes later, X walked out of the store with his uncle, with the $50,000 still in his bag, and got into his car and drove off. But once he got to the gate of the motorbike shop, the same Dodge SUV now parked in front of him, and 2 masked men, later identified as 22-year-old Michael Boatwright and 20-year-old Traven Newsom, jumped out of the car with guns pointed at X and his uncle. This forced X's uncle to open the passenger door and run to safety, leaving X all alone with the armed men. Both men punched X multiple times and tried to take his neck chain, but were unsuccessful, with X reportedly confused and yelling, "What is this for?" And after more unsuccessful tries, Newsom ran to the other side of the vehicle and got into the passenger seat, stealing X's Louis Vuitton bag, which contained $50,000. But just then, Michael, who was still struggling for X's neck chain, stepped back and fired at X 3 times, before both men ran back to the car and drove off. So with this footage, the officers had a lead on the case, but their job would get much easier, as only hours after the shooting, the suspects began flaunting the $50,000 on social media to draw attention to themselves, unaware that they had drawn the wrong attention, as it helped officers arrest all 4 men days after the incident. One of them, Robert, who remained in the car at the time of the shooting, confessed to detectives and identified Michael as X's killer, Trayvon as the second armed robber, and Williams as the getaway driver. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison and 20 years probation, while Michael, Trayvon, and Williams were charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery, earning them life in prison without the possibility of parole. The 3 men remained unremorseful even in court, and the judge had this to say to them.
You need to understand that when we say life in Florida State Prison, that means life. It is necessarily without parole. Florida abolished parole. You know, as the song says, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. You will spend the rest of your life in prison. From here, you will go and be placed in a cell that has a stainless steel slab that's attached to the wall. That's your bed. And next to it is a stainless steel sink and a stainless steel toilet. That's the furniture that you have in that cell. You'll spend every hour and every day and every week and every year of your life in that cell. And one day, they'll come and open up that cell in the morning and you'll have passed on. And only on that day will you have served your sentence.
X's life meant nothing to them, and he was just some guy who had money they wanted. However, the next suspects were the celebrity's own family members, and the officers would be shocked at the incriminating evidence riddled all over his death.
Yeah, they said this is before they was eating, so.
Is that how he normally sleeps, or does that
sleep hard? Yeah, he sleep hard.
On September 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to the mansion of a rapper named Rich Homie Quan after a frantic 911 call from his girlfriend.
I need an ambulance. My boyfriend, he's been asleep on the couch. I just checked on him because I see he never got up. And I don't see him breathing. I don't feel a heartbeat or anything. And I turned him over. I see he kind of foamed at the mouth.
Quan was reportedly unconscious and foaming at the mouth, so medics arrived and began life-saving measures, but he would eventually pass at the hospital. So for now, the officers had to determine what or who caused Quan's death, since he lived with his girlfriend and family relatives who would appear rather suspicious, with very intriguing reports.
You came in, he was laying on the couch.
Yeah, when I came out the room, our room is right here. He was laying on the couch when I took my son to school this morning.
Okay, this one, okay.
He was good. I came back, he was still good. I put a blanket over him.
Do you talk to him by any chance or anything? Or
no, we didn't talk. He was just asleep. So I left him there, I put a blanket over him. And I got up at 11 and I come in here, I feel his face cold. And that's how I knew if he was breathing, because his earring was moving, because his pulse.
So you say he was foaming out the mouth?
Yeah, I turned his face over and I seen like
Do you see anything,
and
maybe anything he might have taken or anything like that?
no.
Okay.
Quan's girlfriend seemed to maintain the same story. She saw him earlier and put a blanket on him, and then when she suspected something was off, she raised an alarm. However, there was something off about her behavior, considering she had a child with this man who appeared to be inching closer to death.
He just said he was eating. He was fine. He was up, everything else. So he didn't go nowhere at all. Okay. Now, this morning, so you went to sleep, you went to bed, I'm assuming, before him. So this morning, when you woke up, he wasn't in bed with you, right?
But he was out here.
He was out here on the couch. And you woke up around 7 or 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wake up at 6:45.
Quan's girlfriend didn't shed a single tear or look like she'd been crying, and although she seemed close to crying sometimes, no tear ever came out from her eyes. While everyone has their different reaction to tragic events, it appeared she wasn't too bothered by it, a stark contrast to Quan's father's reaction when he discovered what happened to his son. This further proved that something was off with her behavior, and it almost looked like she was hiding something from the officer. He observed this and suspected the incident to be a homicide when he discovered that Quan was eating something before suddenly going unconscious.
That's what he was munching on? That's his food?
Eating all day yesterday, so.
That's his food? Yeah, this is his food that he was eating, so.
I'll confirm anything. Is he allergic to seafood by any chance?
Yeah.
Just trying to make it make sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so.
With this, Quan's cause of death might be attributed to food poisoning, but since he reportedly ordered the food and it wasn't made at home, it was likely not an inside job. However, the officers would discover something shocking that Quan's brother did to him earlier that morning.
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Hey, what's your relationship? Good, man. Okay. You live here too, right? Did you make contact with him yesterday or anything?
I saw him this morning.
Yeah.
Like at 3, 4 in the morning, and I put him on the sofa. Because he was just asleep. He was snoring and that's how he was asleep this morning. Snoring.
Something's wrong, right? Does he sleep like that?
Water coming out at all?
So you found him on the floor.
Yeah, I put him on the sofa. Because he was snoring. He was snoring. He was still snoring. He was asleep. And I see he had food in his mouth. So I'm like, how the fuck you fall asleep with food in your mouth?
This is the food that he was eating?
It was like 3, 4 in the morning.
Look at this. Does he sleep like that?
He sleep hard.
Nah, like with his eyes like that.
Yeah, he sleep hard. I would have called somebody if I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
If it didn't look normal, I would have been dead. But like I've seen him sleep like that before.
But with the mouths and stuff like that, yeah.
It's fine when I came back, but when I got up just now.
So you saw him last on the sofa or the floor?
Sofa. They told me to put him on the floor.
On the floor. But I put him on the sofa. Okay. I'm the one that dragged him and put him right here.
Okay.
Quan's brother saw him lying on the kitchen floor, snoring with food in his mouth earlier that day, and casually carried him to the sofa. It appeared strange that he considered that normal behavior, and even the officers believed it too.
I moved him, I texted him. I'm like, when you wake up, bro, I move you to the...
Yeah, so that's how he was. Show him the picture.
Like, I woke up at like 3:30, snoring, but my little girl not here. So when I checked the room, I walked around the house.
But he was asleep?
He was asleep. He was snoring, but he was just out. Feel me? Then he had food in his mouth. So I'm like, I ain't never saw you fall asleep with food in his mouth.
Is that how he normally sleeps? Or is that
sleep hard? Yeah, he
sleep hard. Okay. Does he take anything to help him sleep?
Oh man,
but when you laid him down, he was good. Like
he still breathing.
Yeah,
he was snoring. Yeah. He was snoring. I would have called.
No, facts. Sure, 100%.
He reported that his eyes also appeared strange, but also claimed that too was normal for him. And like Quan's girlfriend, the brother showed little to no emotion, knowing that he could have saved his brother's life if he raised an alarm sooner.
I heard, I woke up and I heard somebody snoring. I'm like, damn, my little girl not here, so I just walked around the house.
Yeah.
I got right here. I saw him and I picked him up and laid him on the couch because he was still asleep.
You were still asleep, okay.
Yeah, I even tried to wake him up and he didn't move, but I have did that before and he just be out. I don't know why he be sleeping so hard.
But while everyone had very suspicious characters, Quan's strange eyes, discolored skin, snoring noise, and foamy mouth were all symptoms of a drug overdose, as a later medical examination of his body showed that he was killed by the combined toxic effects of fentanyl, alprazolam, codeine, and promethazine. This appeared to be the detail that his family kept from the police. While alive, Quan was very open about his drug use, stating that it began because of how often he was performing and how he needed it to stay up late, until his dependence grew to the extent that he felt he couldn't do a song or a show without being on drugs. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. He died leaving behind a son at the age of 33, which made mourning him much harder for his family and even the officer involved.
He's not forthcoming. Dude's not helpful. I just heard.
Yeah.
You can find exactly where he is.
Exactly. Is he an artist or something?
Yes.
What's his stage name? Okay.
However, this next officer felt even greater remorse for the next dead celebrity, even though he was the one who killed her.
She's down. She's down? She's down. I don't know. She's down? Show me your hands.
It all started on August 30th, 2018, when officers were asked by a friend to conduct a wellness check on 49-year-old actress Vanessa Marquez, popularly known for her role as Nurse Wendy Goldman on the drama series ER. Vanessa was a budding actress until she left the series on allegations of harassment on set. Her career took a downhill toll from there, but the most affected area was her personal life and living conditions.
Vanessa!
Vanessa, it's the police.
Police department, Vanessa. Are you okay?
The home was a huge mess with multiple unused products, and it was to be expected. Vanessa had a shopping addiction, and so she likely bought the items without using them, leaving them sprawled all over. But the officers still didn't see Vanessa until they did, and she was having a seizure.
Vanessa! Vanessa, are you okay?
It's the police, Vanessa.
It's the police.
Seizure.
Seizure? She's having a seizure.
She's having a seizure.
Don't take her. No.
Okay. 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 We're just making sure you're okay. Okay?
They're coming, okay?
Want to call...
Captain. I want the captain.
What's his name?
I want Adam and Georgia. I want the
Verdugo notified en route.
I'm gonna try to clear some stuff.
Yeah, clear some stuff and then get 203 rolling too.
Vanessa appeared gravely ill and mentioned that she had not eaten in 5 days. She also posted regularly on Facebook, where she mentioned having seizures and going through a mental struggle. She was confirmed to have celiac disease and depression, so she was in urgent need of care, and the officers knew this and acted accordingly.
Vanessa, everybody's concerned for your safety. So, well, they called us from they called us and they sent us over here to check up on you.
So you understand my concern. You have seizures, and you're in your house by yourself having seizures. You understand that that's a huge concern for me?
Yes.
You taking your medication? When was the last time you saw your doctor? Last week. And did they adjust your medication?
Had you had seizures before that, or was that the first time? So you have a history of seizures?
The officers spoke to her with empathy and called paramedics and a clinical technician. But after further examination, they discovered that it was best for her to be taken to a hospital, and that was when the chaos started and would eventually lead to something deadly.
Vanessa, I'm gonna read you something, okay? So my name is Officer Carrillo. I'm a peace officer with South Pasadena PD. You are not under criminal arrest, but I am taking you to an examination by a mental health professional at Huntington Memorial Hospital. You will be told your rights by the mental health staff. You may bring a few personal items with you, which I will have to approve. Please inform me if you need any assistance turning off any appliances. We'll help you out. Okay, so you're not under criminal arrest, but you are coming with us. We're placing you on a 5150 hold, okay? As gravely disabled and a danger to yourself, okay?
I'm not going.
We've already had this discussion, and It's beyond that now, okay?
I'm not going.
On her Facebook page, Vanessa complained about having previous problems after being taken to a local hospital, while mentioning that she had purchased a fake gun because she was having some issues with her landlord, adding that she would be sleeping with pepper spray and scissors. She swore never to go to the hospital and was prepared to defend herself against the officers, who she now saw as a threat, leading her to pull a knife from her bed.
So, these fine gentlemen here are gonna assist you to the fire engine, okay? Wait.
Just before pulling out the fake gun.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! I'm not gonna you! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Get down. I don't know. It's a gun though. Drop the gun!
The officers had no idea the gun was fake, but Vanessa did, and she kept approaching her, meaning she wanted to scare the officers off and risk getting killed in the process.
Vanessa! Vanessa, talk to me! Vanessa!
Miss Marquez!
Vanessa, I need you to understand that we're here for your safety only. We're concerned about you. Vanessa, talk to me. Vanessa, talk to me.
203.
Vanessa!
10-4.
Miss Marquez, we're here to help you out!
Vanessa, talk to me. Vanessa, it's Gilbert. Talk to me.
Miss Marquez, are you okay?
The officers created a distance from her and kept persuading her to drop the weapon, showing that they didn't want to shoot her.
Vanessa!
Everyone's clear from the apartment. Subject barricaded with the...
Listen, Vanessa, come out with your hands up first. Vanessa, just
Drop the gun!
Vanessa.
Put your hands up!
No gun, okay? She have a gun?
Vanessa! Drop whatever in your hand right now!
But after 4 minutes of de-escalation from the officers, Vanessa came down the stairs with the gun pointed outward, forcing them to fire at her.
Pull back! Pull back! Shots fired! Pull back! Pull back!
She's down, hold on.
Is she down?
She's down. She's down?
I don't know.
Are any of you hurt?
No.
Negative.
Vanessa, talk to me!
Let me get a unit right here to check her on the stairs. Watch out.
She's
down?
Hey, show me your hands! Lay it on the steps.
She's still... I don't think so. I shot through the drywall. Assuming...
I'm pretty sure I got her. I'm good.
Hands up when she's laying down, feet down the stairs.
I got it. Vanessa, talk to me, Vanessa.
The officer was filled with remorse as he clearly didn't want to shoot her, but his pain grew worse when he discovered it was a replica gun. It was a discovery too late, as Vanessa was pronounced dead on the scene. After news circulated to her family, her mother sued the city for $20 million, alleging battery, negligence, unlawful entry, false arrest, and imprisonment of her daughter. She eventually agreed to a $450,000 settlement, and the officers were determined to have acted legally in the fatal shooting.
Immediately! Someone's been run over by a snowcat. Hurry. He's been crushed. He is in rough shape.
Are there any obvious injuries?
Oh my God, yes.
The man moaning in the background is Jeremy Renner, popularly known as Hawkeye in the Avengers series, and he is currently bleeding to death.
His breaths are getting shorter, so please. You're gonna be all right, brother. We'll get you out of here.
On January 1st, 2023, Jeremy Renner was using his snow tractor when he observed that the 14,000-pound machine had lost control and was headed straight for his nephew, spelling danger. But in an attempt to divert the tractor and prevent injury to his nephew, he was pulled under the vehicle by the track and run over, prompting medics to the scene.
Where's he going? Underneath here, okay? Pull the bag. Probably renowned, I would say. Renowned.
He was completely crushed and had extreme difficulty breathing, so he was boarded into a helicopter and flown to a hospital. He broke more than 30 bones and lost so much blood that his survival seemed questionable.
Up and then turned around, got out to tell me something, and then that's when it started coming at me like full force. That's when he tried to jump back in there. At around right where his blood is at, that's right where it all happened. Okay. He slipped because these tracks there's no way to stand on them. So
he tried to jump on it?
He tried to jump on it into
And
the
it took
thing,
him under?
and it took him under.
However, after 10 weeks of multiple surgeries and rehabilitation, Renner was alive and able to recount the incident.
I started to move my legs, and I said, oh, that one's really messed up. But I said, oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem. And they're like, what's my body look like? Am I just gonna be like a spine and a brain, like a science experiment?
I heard that you had, in sign language, you said to your family, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was signing that. Because I am sorry. That I put upon them. What we just endured. That's real love. It's suffering, but that feeds the seeds of what love is. I'm not like tenacious belief, you know?
I mean, this is like Hawkeye belief here.
Well, I don't know. It's just a belief, man.
The incident left him with a broken left leg, which had to be fixed with a titanium rod and screws. But Jeremy saw it as an experience that deepened the love that his family shared. However, the family of ex-NFL player Udofia was filled with pain after their son was involved in a 7-minute-long fatal shooting with cops.
Hey, drop the gun, man, please! Please drop the gun! Drop the gun, man! Please, please do not make me shoot you!
On November 30th, 2020, officers received a 911 call regarding a man who was disorderly in the middle of the street.
Okay, we have a big guy dancing in the middle of the street.
He's dancing in the street?
He's actually like trying to like every car that passes by, that drives by. He's trying to jump on the car and try to hit the car with his body. Now he looks like he's high, like he used some drugs.
That disorderly man was former NFL player Udofia. And while it seemed odd that he was disorderly in the middle of the road, he was now face to face with officers as he approached them with a gun in his hand.
Hey, drop the gun, dude! Hey, Phoenix Police, drop the gun! Drop the gun! 92X-ray, hold the air. He's got a gun. More units. Drop the gun! Hey, drop the gun, man, please! Please drop the gun! That gun, man! Please drop it! Please drop the gun, dude, please! Drop the gun, man, please! Please do not make me shoot you! Dude, I swear to God, drop... Make me shoot you! Don't, please, man! Drop it! Drop it, dude! Dude, I gotta shoot him, bro! Drop it, dude!
At that point, he was yards away from the officer with a gun in his right hand, so the officer shot at him, sending him to the floor, still holding onto the gun.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun! The gun! Drop it! Drop it! Drop the gun, dude! Come on! Don't make me shoot you again! Drop it!
He disobeyed so many orders to drop the gun, and even though he was on the floor screaming, he was still occasionally pointing the gun at the officers, so they decided to use stun bags and pepper balls to disarm him.
Hey, stun bag! Stun bag! Drop the gun! Stun bag! Stun bag! Still got it! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop the gun!
He still got that gun in his hand! You got it! You still got it! Drop the gun!
And after refusing to drop the gun for over 7 minutes and eventually pointing it towards one officer, they fired fatal shots at him and then used their dog to get him away from the gun before securing him, which was when they discovered that the gun was a BB gun. So his parents sued the city, claiming that the officer's unnecessary use of force led to their son's wrongful death, noting that he was struggling with mental illness and should have been handled differently. The city eventually decided to pay a $250,000 settlement to his family. If you like this video, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy these too.